All right, welcome everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are joining us from. So let's set the ball rolling. Also confirm that you can see my screen. Awesome. All right. In this meeting, we ask everyone to be aware of others, be friendly and patient, be welcoming and respectful, be open to all questions and viewpoints, be understanding of differences, be kind and considerate to others. So keep your questions coming either in the chat box or you leave them till the end of the call where you can get answers to those questions. So we are going to go through an overview of the Founders Hub. We are going to go through the benefits, how to apply, and we also hear from our guests who are already taking advantage of the hub, what you stand to gain, what the hub is all about as a founder. And then lastly, question and answer session. So what is the Founders Hub? What is the Microsoft for Startup Founders Hub? I know that a lot of people have ideas, they are building startups, but then for you to experiment, for you to get access to tools and framework that will help what you are building to work out, you would need PMO access to a lot of platforms which are going to help you in what you are building. So this is why Microsoft thought it wise to bring up this resource where you can have access to a lot of tools and resources, as well as experts and professionals to help you along the journey. So this is a hub that enables founders to build a future with AI. It helps founders to accelerate their startup growth through access to technology, um, expert guidance, and professionals, and a suite of benefits tailored to propel them in what they are building. So you find out that in this hub, you find people who have ideas, who are just trying to refine what they are trying to build. Maybe the idea is still in the first stage, that's the ideation stage. You've not really come up with a prototype. In the hub, you'll also find people who their idea has already moved from ideation stage to the building stage. People who already have a prototype for what they are trying to build. You also find people who um, what they are trying to build are already in business and they are getting customers, trying to make partnership with other people that will help their business to grow. So what we see here is this is a persona I want to talk about. So this is Avery. She's a technical founder. She wants to build an AI chatbot that will help her customers interact with products to get feedback and iterate on the solution she's building. So this is an example of an idea or a startup that can um, apply for and take advantage of the hub. So depending on wherever you are, there is certainly a place for you in the hub where you can get access to tools and technology that will help you out. So let's jump into the benefits. What do you stand to gain? So in the hub, we have 4 levels, and these 4 levels depends on, while you're applying to join the hub, it depends on where your startup is. Maybe you just have an idea, you are trying to refine it. So this is where level 1 comes in. You get access to up to $1,000 in Azure credits. So your idea is you are refining your idea while prototyping and exploring how you build your future product. So this is for level 1. Then for level 2, maybe you already have a prototype and your business has started running. So you have a strong conviction about your solution and they're developing an MVP, a minimum viable product. So from level 1 up to level 4, depending on the level where you are, determines the kind of access or benefits you get in the hub. So from level 1, you can progress to level 2, level 3, up to level 4. So as you move along from level 1 to level 4, the benefits keeps increasing. You also get access to OpenAI services, Microsoft 365, GitHub, LinkedIn, MongoDB, Stripe Atlas, and more. You also have access to one-on-one pairing with Azure engineers who are going to help you out with the challenges you may face as you are building. So diving deeper, you have access to GPT, their services. Um, you have access to Codex and DALI. You also have access to up to $2,500 in OpenAI credits to experiment and prototype with AI. You have one-on-one pairing with experts and professionals in the hub, Azure engineers, who are willing to help you through your journey. You have access to a whole lot of tools, which ordinarily you would have paid for before you can have access to them. So this is what the Founders Hub can potentially give you. Right, I would have loved to take us through a video on how to apply for the hub, but um, the video is not coming up. So you can take a screen grab of this QR code. It's going to take you to YouTube where you can watch it, how you can apply the steps to take. So I'll leave it here for a few minutes before we continue. The application also has 4 steps, and the steps to apply, what the information required from you are, they are not cumbersome. They are quite simple. All right, can I go ahead? Can I move away from the slide now? I guess I will take the silence for a yes. All right, let's have a look at some of the selection criteria, the guideline. So here, the first one is your startup must be engaged in the development of a software-based product or service that will be the core part of your current or intended business. This software must be owned, not licensed from another party. So this business you are trying to register with to join the Startup for Founders Hub, it must be owned by you and not by another party. Your startup must have received your startup has received less than $10,000 in free Azure credits. That's probably from somewhere else. Your headquarters is in one of the countries covered by Azure. Your startup has gone through a Series Z or later funding round. Your startup must be privately held. Your startup must be a for-profit business. So these are some of the selection guidelines for you to join the hub. So when you eventually go to the website, you're going to find out more information when you go to the FAQ site part of the site, the frequently asked questions. All right, for level 1, you have a clear idea of solution, you have a LinkedIn profile. So for you to apply for the hub, you must have a LinkedIn profile. Then for level 2, your startup is incorporated or has a legal entity. You have, it must be incorporated or has a legal entity. And for level 3, your business has a contact email and you have a verified domain. Probably that's a website. Your startup has a website. Then for level 4, you have verified funding. So as you move down, the benefits keeps adding up. Right, these are just a few information we'll be sharing here. The next slide will be to hear from one of the founders who is in the call now. They're going to give us more perspective of what the hub is all about. All right. We welcome Nathaniel Emmanuel, the technical co-founder of Faraday Africa. So could you unmute yourself and probably introduce yourself further than I just did, if that's okay by you?
All right. Hi everyone. Good evening. Here in this part of the world. My name is Nehemiah. By the way, my name is
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So my name is Nehemiah. This context basically in this regard. In my own status, I have been a Microsoft ambassador for about 2 years, and in that time, I found out about Microsoft Foundation just about the time when I founded my startup, co-founded my startup, Faraday Africa. Faraday Africa's goal is to help students across Africa to connect with their learn and succeed. And so, right about the time we got started, difficult we need to find what we could use to put the difficult to found the startup, or it's even much more difficult when you are founding the startup students. And we know that in that state, there's really no much funding, there's no resources. We have to make best of whatever we find. So we initially got started using digital ocean droplets, the free fire. And before realizing what happened, I found over the entire with I am a co-founder, quite a while, on little bit and thing. So around that time, I found about my co-founder. I was surprised. It was relatively easy to apply. So as Mr. David just mentioned, all you need to apply actually is idea and the LinkedIn account. And you really do not have to have a LinkedIn account so polished, very, very beautiful active activities we've been doing. I was just a student then. I really done a couple of things. And I can't remember how many posts I did on LinkedIn about that. You know, what's how to be hot and I tried to do it to try. So I applied, telling my idea, my LinkedIn account to apply. And a couple of days after, I got a response that I was happy to. So very exciting. Hi, sorry about that. So as I was saying, it don't only give you the tools and resources that you need to do. There's a certain level of status, explain your ID, explain your status to somebody, and you very confidently mention that you are backed by Microsoft, also in Microsoft hands. So that alone changed perspective. It gave us confidence individually and that yes, well, we're actually doing tracks and we can make this thing. And so the major benefits are actually major thing I've been able to benefit from being able to convey that to people. Yes, we're building this, they're background. Secondly, we've never had to pay for anything for all of our services except the domain name. So that's anything we paid for. And we've been on Founder Club for roughly 2 years also. And in that time, we've grown from when we applied, we got in at level two. So we're going from level two to level three, and we are currently at level four, which is the last stage in the program. And I think what's something that's also helped us to do is really help us shape. Um, so individually, if you are founding a startup by yourself, there's really no pressure. You have to, well, nobody's really holding you accountable to delivering on that. Easy to get delivery, easy to prolong how long you do it, easy to be able to measure resources. But if you are in the founder talk program, you know that you have to move from one level to another level. And unlock doing that gives you access to more benefits. And if you want to get those benefits, then you have to meet the requirements to go from this level to the next level. So it really helps you shape how your growth is going to go. It helps you tailor your business model to start up basically in the direction that helps you to grow faster than actually. So that's one major benefit that also given. And then coming down to the tools and resources, I don't think there's anything that has been like it actually. So I've done comparisons with it versus similar offerings from other companies and found out of it extensive. It's like the most generous tire and generous offering I've ever seen across the board. So currently we use Azure and everything like as I mentioned before have been hosted in Azure. But aside that, we know that Microsoft really connects the developer ecosystem. So that includes LinkedIn, that includes Visual Studio, that includes GitHub, that includes Azure itself. And all of these resources basically, and more of them are in Founders Hub. And you have access to all of these things. So it's like being in the ecosystem where everything you build basically is given to you for free. And we're just told to take these resources and pick a direction, have it set up already, and grow in that direction. And we are here to back you. That's exactly what. So we've been able to utilize that to do over time and not worry about our structure or cost. We're able to scale and then come because we have access to credit to do that. And it's really been an amazing experience. using it alone has helped me understand the importance. And when you have access to something like that, you want to share it with that people. So because of just how good it has been and how much I've had a good experience with founders of, I've been able to share that with other people, other founders who have been, hey, you are building something, take a look at this, and this will really, really help. I've been doing it for this long. If you have questions, reach out to me, I can help you with that. So generally, I would say if you are building, you don't need to have started everything revenue yet. Ideally, I'm founder of this people who are just have an idea. That's very fine. Just stay building your prototype or MVP. That's absolutely fine. You started building, you have a couple of users, and looking to do penetrate the markets. You raise seed or maybe pre-seed, and that's $10,000. That's also absolutely fine. So really, we are focused on people who would naturally lack the resources, who would find it difficult to be able to start. If you're already at seed or seed A, you've gone through all these things previously, and that shouldn't really be your problem. You're not focused on how to grow and how to get into the venue, how to penetrate the market. So that really doesn't apply. But if you are you really need that help, that push to make sure that your idea, you have the resources, you have the backing you need to actually go forward. Then Microsoft comes. So once again, it's just have an idea, have something you're already building. And one last thing that is important to mention is it has to be an idea that is profitable. So it's not a non-for-profit idea. You are actually working on this to be able to generate revenue now or sometime in the future when you have a business model. You may not have a defined business model at the point on how to generate revenue, but you know that this is something that I want to do to be able to generate profit from, then this is for you. So once again, it's just have an idea, have a LinkedIn account really. It's just that easy. Apply with the LinkedIn account, fill out the questions, and you'll be able to determine which level they're going to take with. So like I mentioned, when I applied, I got to level stage two, and I was quite surprised. So instantly had access to $5,000 in Azure credit, and then you grew up from there. So depending on where you are currently building, you may get in a level 3, level 4, or level 1. Then you have like complete the other resources, other things you need to be able to unlock more benefits. But yes, it's a lot. And the amazing thing is it's not just limited to what we currently have found out. Since I joined the program when it was like at a very much earlier stage. And personally, I have seen the drastic improvement it has driven in user interface actually. So the offerings Microsoft found out actually offers. So at least once in a month, there's a new offering that's added to Founder for. So if that's quantifiable, let's say across the year, you have at least 12 new offers, 12 new benefits that added to Founder. And that's a lot of resources. It's not limited to that actually. It's more like every week or every 2 weeks, there's something new that added to Founder for that helps. And the access to being able to reach out to the community, the founders of community within founders of, it means that gives you access to other founders who are building things just like you are building, or other things, for example, and access to Microsoft ecosystem in terms of for staff, you to ask questions, talk about technically. I've explored that, for example, when I had issues with being able to deploy the application to other app service. And I tried, and when I found out that, oh, I actually have access to reach out to Azure support engineer, have a solution to it. I did that, and that helped me. So really, it's very great. It's a good opportunity. If you are building, I would say you should take advantage of it. There's nothing like it. It's very easy to get started. Have an idea that you need profitable, that you want to make profitable, have a LinkedIn account, put forward the application, and I did it. I think
All right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Nehemiah Emmanuel, for the comprehensive information you just dropped for us. So basically, what you need is an idea and a LinkedIn account. The one thing I must add is that if you have more than one idea, um, those two ideas you can use them to apply to join the hub. But what you should do is if you should have a co-founder if you don't have. So you as a founder will use one idea to apply to join, while your co-founder will use the other idea to apply and join. So it's a win-win for everyone. You have access to all the tools, experts, everything you need for your startup to be successful. You have all of them right in the hub. So one question I want to ask Nehemiah, must my idea be AI related for me to be accepted?
All right. Thank you very much. So the brief answer is no. So we know that much right now. Focus we have both ways. We have to say that AI is the buzzword. AI will be great. But then when we got started with our idea, we had nothing like AI actually. We had no plans at that moment actually to create AI. But then over time we come to the relevant why we should be able to include that. Then we will be able to include that. So no, your idea must not be related to AI. The only bottom line is that your idea should be a for-profit idea that you're looking to, and you should not be currently at Series A, for example, above Series A, basically in terms of funding the project. That's all.
All right. Thank you very much for that. So so for the next steps, you can also take a screen grab of these two QR codes here. So the first one is it will lead you to a YouTube video on how to apply the steps to take to apply. Then the second one takes you directly to the founders of website. But then at the end of this call, you're going to get this recording and all these links I've mentioned. So this is the time for question and answer. If you have questions, maybe something we didn't treat or something we missed, so this is the time for you to ask your questions. You can unmute yourself and go for it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi.
I want to apply for this particular thing, but was declined because I mistakenly selected consultancy service. Nice to apply.
Um, I'm not sure I got your question. You weren't clear, too clear.
I said I, I said I want to apply for this particular program, which I selected
Okay.
consultancy service at the end of it. Or initially it was free or software related services were far, but at the moment, can I see the same way to apply or use a different thing? Or how do I go about?
I think you can reapply and maybe look at why the other one you applied, why it was I'm not sure if they send out rejection emails, but if they sent, maybe look at why it was rejected and then know what to do to reapply again. Could you provide more
All right,
context to it, Nehemiah?
Sorry, so can you please ask the question again, please?
Okay, he was saying that he applied before and he got rejected or something. So he's asking if he can reapply.
Yes, yes, you can actually reapply. So I think the email should contain the reason why your application was rejected. And it's really rare cases that your application is rejected. So I think what you should properly do is make sure that what we just talked about, your idea or what you are building aligns with that. So that's an idea in your ideation stage or you're building already. But most interestingly, it has to be a for-profit idea. So if it evaluated that this, for example, doesn't have the viability to scale, that's also one thing you should look at. So whatever I'm building, what's the potential for it to scale and for it to be profitable? You also have to look at that and consider that. So in the questions are going to be asked in the application form, where I need to properly think about it and then come out the response with that. So the only reason why I think the application will be rejected is it doesn't fit into any of this category. That's when it should be. But if you are rejected, you can always apply.
All right.
Thank you very much for that. Okay. So do we have any other question?
No,
So you can either. Okay. So you can either send your message in the chat box or you unmute yourself and ask a question. So I'll just give 2 minutes for that. So like I said, you're going to get the links to the recording and the other links I mentioned while presenting. You're going to get them via email. Okay, I guess there are no other questions to be asked. So thank you everyone for joining the call. Thank you, Nehemiah and Emmanuel, for finding out time to be on this call and share information with us. So thank you everyone once again and see you when we see you. Bye everyone.
Yeah, bye everyone. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Bye.